Hi, I'm Rachel the Good Witch of the Northeast and welcome to my channel. It's been about 6 months since I filmed and I'm very excited to jump back in. So yay. What we're going to be doing today is doing an energetic forecast for the different elemental signs. What that means is I'm going to be pulling cards from a few different decks and we're going to look at what is the energies coming in for the next week. How is this next week going to look for you? Because sometimes for me personally, I feel like I can handle things a little bit better if I don't feel like the rug is being pulled out from underneath me. I think this is a really chaotic time for a lot of people. Today, actually, as I film, it's the solar eclipse. So, and I know that there's a lot of people like panicking, but eclipses happen twice a year. It's okay. But regardless, I wanted to hop in and, because the energy is very like ungrounded. So I would like to see if I could help maybe shine a little light into confusion, you know? That's all. So if you have, we're going to start with the fire signs because it is Aries season and I'm a Leo. So if you have your sun, moon, or rising in, what is this? Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then this message is for you. I will be doing all four today, all four different elements. So yay. As we jump in, now on my social media profiles, I like to use music to kind of help align the message. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that yet. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this feels. I think we will, but it might just be more of like a clarifier. Because I know for me personally, like a lot of my gifts that are like expanding, I get song lyrics stuck in my head very randomly. Like ones that I'm like, I haven't heard that song in fucking a decade. Why am I hearing this right now? Yay. Okay. So yes, to reiterate, if you feel like you're going through a time that is a bit ungrounded, feel a little bit isolated, perhaps lonely, hi, my name is Rachel. Let me help you. I'm using two different oracle decks. I do have a tarot deck that we can use if we need to get a little more specific. But like I said, it's been about 6 months, so we're going to throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. See how this works. Because you know what? Maybe next week, maybe people watch this and be like, I don't like how we do this. Maybe we can try this. Maybe this is a group effort. I don't fucking know. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is that you are in this really big wave of ancestral healing when it comes to mindset. And that is so exhausting because you constantly have to be on. And if you're not aware of this, you're probably burnt out, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if you're burnt out. I need my crystal because I'm getting nervous. Because I can't see myself. It's fine. But yes, you're doing a lot of healing when it comes to like ancestral responses and how you view the world, how you view things. I think there's a lot of reclamation of power. I think there's a lot I think you've been doing a lot of work with reclamation of power and like grounding who you are. But I think that there's been a lot of chaos in your life as well. I'm seeing external family members kind of start to grasp at you. So perhaps you're internally shifting and causing them to feel unwell. Well, good for you if that's the case. I think that's incredible. It shows real strength to be able to heal in a bloodline when there are active family members who are refusing healing. It shows real integrity. That's amazing. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're burnt out, to be honest with you. Door to romance in reverse, but playing it safe on top of it. It's almost like your ancestors and you up until this point, you've had to make yourself small. You've had to not put yourself first. You're probably not even sure how to really truly make yourself happy. It takes a long time to figure out, especially if you're newer on this journey. That's very fair and valid. But what I think is happening here is it's almost like you're learning how to break out of a box, and you've broken out of the box, and now there's this anxiety of fuck, now what? Like I'm in this whole new space. Shit, now what? It's so, when I tell you it needs to happen, this chaos needs to happen right now. And I really don't love saying these types of things because it can sound like, you know, especially if you're going through a time where there is like real dark energy, maybe like you're healing from abusive tactics or things like that. Like that's not what's meant to happen. What I mean is this feeling of freedom with this layer of anxiety that has come with this freedom, that's what's meant to happen. And I think you're in this, I'm seeing someone be very like kind of write a scale, if you will. And I think that's the issue right now is you're kind of learning how to write the scale on your own. And what they want you to, what your spirit guides, what your ancestors, whatever you believe in, what they want you to do is to spend more time outside. Like spend more time grounding, like in nature, in Mother Earth, like physically put your hands and your feet in dirt. There's a lot here about needing to like push this energy down, you know, root into the ancient power, kind of. I think I'm also speaking to people, at first I thought I was speaking to people that aren't super witchy. And I don't think you're witchy, but I do think you're someone who is very open to different types of healing. Like, I don't think you feel very well and you're willing to, you're like, I'll try anything to feel better. When Archangel Michael comes out, he represents like our root chakra system, so our security. He's the protector of children. For me, this is always an indicator of your inner child needing to feel safe. And a real, like, universal way for that to happen is grounding, mindfulness, aware. But that's hard to teach when you're healing from trauma. When you're healing from narcissistic abuse, it's really fucking hard for these two truths to exist. And I think that's what you're doing, is you're learning how to balance in a world where two truths can exist, and that can be fucking paralyzing. But a really solid universal way to deal with that is grounding. And honestly, just put your fucking hands in dirt and drink some water. It's, when I first started my healing journey, this concept was so overwhelming. I stand on business when I say that, like, this shit saved my life, and I will do anything I can to help you understand that there are ways that you can make yourself comfortable here, and you're supposed to. Like, it's not one size fits all for everybody. It's not, you know, go to church and pray. Like, it's not what it is. It's learning how to make this stuff work for you personally. And I know from experience, grounding, once you like piecemeal it, break it down, make it easy, put your hands in dirt, drink some water, you know, go stand by the ocean, be aware of the wind on your face. These are all things that are super powerful grounding techniques that, like, we take for granted. I think that some of us think too that if it's easy for us, then it's not going to work. That's not true. I tell you that's not true. I also do think there's a lot of isolation right now. I think you're feeling very dejected, and not rejected, but dejected, feeling very like, almost like there's no hope. You know, like we are not born to work and to die. Like, that's not what we're meant to do. You know, and I think that there is this lost, wounded energy about you right now that is so valid. What I think you're doing, what I think a lot of people are doing, is healing a father wound. So the grounding would make sense, because I don't think there was ever really, what is necessary in your life is a strong, healthy, masculine energy. And I don't know if you've ever had that, you know? And it's hard to know what to look for if you don't know why you don't feel well. So this would make sense to me. So grounding will help. It will help fill that cup. Because it does. It feels like there's a void that needs to be filled right now. It's almost like you're looking for something to lean onto. And that's so valid. Like, if you feel like you're like faulting yourself for that, I'm going to gently fucking challenge that and say, please don't do that. Because that's not helpful. Now is a time of self-commitment too. I think that there is, me personally, I'm about to embark on a journey where, like, I'm going to try and be a little bit more disciplined with certain avenues of my life. And I think for you, it's time for you to do as well. Maybe not a detox, but almost like a spiritual fast. Like, what really, I think what you truly desperately need right now is to figure out a way to go as inward as possible. Because I do think that there is a version of you that's trying to speak, but you can't hear it yet. And that would come in time. Like, I'm not concerned about you not hearing that voice. You will hear it when you're meant to. But I do think we could perhaps speed things up a little bit. I think this chaos you've lived in for a long time, and I think it's uncomfortable. You don't have to live in chaos constantly. It's okay to, you know, to put your head down and let the chaos flow over you for a little bit. Like, you don't have to fight for everything. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that though, so that's valid. There's also a lot here. You are moving into a period. It's almost like you're transitioning into a new like soul family, if you will. There are going to be more people in your lifetime that truly understand you. And I don't think you had that before. With community in reverse, I don't think you had that before. I think you've always kind of felt like the odd man out, like there's always been something missing. You have energies coming forward that will help fill that void. It's just not time for it yet. And I think that might be attributing to some of the anxiety that you're feeling as well. When I tell you, I'm so happy to tell you about this. Storm warning in reverse on top of happy success. So not only is this confirmation that this chaos, I think this is aftermath, almost like after, what's that phrase? Like aftershocks or whatever? Like after there's an earthquake, there's, you know, risk of tsunami or whatever, that because of the tremble in the earth's core. So what I think you're dealing with right now is like these waves that aren't, like the storm isn't actively happening. The storm is passing, but you're still in the aftershock, you know? It will work out. And it's because you're finding a new way. You're finding a new level of strength I don't think you've known before. I think you're finding a new level of, it's almost like what I literally just heard was, I fucked around and found out and became who I needed. If that read, I might just use that as like the caption, because like I fucked around and found out and became who I needed. And honestly, for fire signs, that's so appropriate that y'all would find yourselves through chaos. But for this week coming up, what I'd like to do, maybe now we'll try a song with like a quick little tarot thing, because I think I've been talking at you for a little bit, and so I don't want to talk at you. Oh, it's 11:41. That's exciting. So a lot, for me, the number 4 represents Archangel Michael. This is for me, like I said. And then 11 is, or number 1 is like the, you know, the divine, the angel, like the new beginnings. This is beautiful. You are divinely protected, and there's not much you need to do to get through this layer of chaos. That is, I know that in itself can be triggering, because you're like, fuck, like, there's really nothing I can do outside of grounding and being mindful. There really isn't. What your task is exercising the divine trust. That's a good one, actually. Yeah, that's your task for this week is literally don't allow doubt. Don't allow self-doubt to come in and cloud, because I think you're someone who is done so much healing that I think the solar eclipse is bringing up stuff that you thought you healed. You did heal it. What's happening now is you're being presented with an opportunity to just kind of like level up, if you will. So just apply divine trust. Whoo, that's a good one. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is loud. Anxiety from Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, yeah. One of my favorite lines is she's like, sometimes I don't even know what I need. I'm like, baby girl, I'll hang out with you. 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups. We're just looking for this upcoming week. Ace of Wands. At the same time saying they don't believe. I love this song because it really, I've been here before, you know. But you know what? She says in her chorus, sometimes she just wishes someone would sit her down and say, everything will be okay. Bad bitches have bad bad days too. And I swear to God, everything will be okay. And bad bitches do have bad days too. Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands. There's a lot here about celebration coming because of the dedication, because of the trust, because of like, you are on the precipice of something new. You're about to birth some sort of new project, some sort of new avenue. You're about to take a new path, and it will work out so well. And it's because you found this inner union. God damn. All right, so I think the chaos and the anxiety is so valid. But what I would really urge you to do is just apply the fact that you've done the work, and this is just an opportunity for you to ground and apply divine trust. I love you so much. Fuck yeah. We got